This is the Vegan Carburetor, and I'm now going to review Gojiman's diet. He just put up this video today called Vegan, What I Eat in a Day for Optimal Gut Health. I reviewed his last video where he was criticizing a high-fruit, low-fat diet that Freely and I teach and have been eating for a long time. So I wasn't surprised to see this diet from Gojiman. Let's take a look at his breakfast now.
So let's get making the grub. So for breakfast we're going to have a cacao porridge medley. So obviously we're going to have some porridge, some cacao, some chia seeds, some flax seeds, some agave,
sugar,
and also some crunchy peanut butter.
What?
Peanut butter.
Well, he's probably not having a lot of it, but still, number one, that's a lot of ingredients all mixed together and a lot of fat. Well, most of that is high fat. And something that's not talked about much in these circles is the fact that peanut butter has a special place. It seems to be an anomaly, the worst plant food you could eat, along with cacao, I guess. The peanut plant, they use more pesticides on this plant than any other crop, by far. So you got to wonder why that is. Also, this is one of the most highly allergenic foods, so it's something that should be avoided. And Gojiman, I'm almost sure you know about the idea that you should not mix carb foods and fatty foods. Apparently you don't care for that idea. I'd like to know why. I don't think I've ever heard anyone explain why that's not a problem. Oh, well, I've heard regular people who've never heard the idea just blow it off. But let's hear from a PhD.
So we also like to have a nice smoothie in the morning. So for this one, we've got some mixed...
Okay, this is more like it. Smoothies are fine.
Frozen berries, we've got some avocado, we've got some banana, we've got some mango, we've got some marine phytoplankton, and we've also got...
Before we hear another ingredient, I want to point out the avocado there. Now, an avocado, I think avocados should not be considered fruits because they're not like any other fruit. I think they're an unnatural anomaly and that they are really a nut that's been altered a lot, and they definitely shouldn't be mixed with other fruits.
Some beets and anything else?
Maca powder.
Maca powder, that's it.
Some good things about his diet is that he's eating pretty clean, a lot of whole, healthy foods, and looks like he prepares the foods himself instead of buying processed food. That's the way I do it.
So all of this lot here contains a vast array of probiotics, prebiotics, insoluble and also soluble fiber.
Here's a clip of Gojiman at the store, and I have a couple things to say about this. It's not even about any particular food. See if you can figure out the things I will criticize here.
So it's just approaching 12 o'clock now and we've realised that we haven't got any food in the house, so we've come to the supermarket to grab some food quickly. For lunch I think we're doing like a jackfruit.
It's like a jackfruit wrap.
Jackfruit wrap.
Lots of beans and...
Make your guesses. Okay, now that you're back, the first thing was he didn't have any food in the house. That is never supposed to happen. That ensures that you never undereat and that you don't end up eating something you would not otherwise eat. The other thing was something visual. I think he lives in the UK, I don't know. So maybe that's the reason it looks to me like he's parked right in front of the store. Or is that how they park over there? Now what it looks like to me is that they're just stopped there and someone's going to get out of the car. The other person will park. Well, how lazy are you? How long have you been out of food that you have no energy? Here's lunch.
My spicy jackfruit wraps, and not forgetting 2 tablespoons of sauerkraut for that beneficial bacteria.
Dinner.
Appetite. So let's see what we've got. So our evening meal is going to be a crispy sweet potato chickpea tahini yogurt concoction of some description. So we've got some tahini.
Okay, I need to make this video short. So I've done a rough count of the calories in this diet, and it seems a little on the low side. And someone in his comments mentioned that too. I'm not really sure, but he should have added up the calories. The fact that a lot of people don't do that says that they're not really concerned or focused on calories. And yes, I have heard it all. I've heard all of the reasoning. They just don't want to listen to me and my rebuttals. But you should make sure you're getting a certain number of calories. The number is for a different video. He also did not give us the macro percentages. I was just hearing someone in my comments section saying macros don't matter. I hope they're not teaching that in nutrition class. So it appears that he only had high fat at breakfast. So that's good that he had some carb meals. Although once again, he's mixing bad mixes there, mixing beans with yams. Breakfast is the worst time to have fat. I do the opposite. Oh, and by the way, Goji Man's probably listening because I left a comment under his video that I was going to do a response, and he said, LOL. So I should mention that I've been vegan for 24 years, and I've been eating the same way the entire time. It has stood the test of time here, and it aligns with nature. And I am a nutritionist, although I'm self-taught. Well, speaking of nutrition, something I mentioned in my last video, which was about the lunatic Tim Sheaf, is that one of the reasons why people go off the deep end of diet is because they learn too much about a single area of diet like nutrition. You know, a lot of carnivores are nutritionists because when you're just focused on getting as much nutrients as you can, you know, some people just end up eating a bunch of animals because they're high in nutrients. At least a lot of nutrients. You can just buy an expensive bottle of vitamin C from Dr. Berg. And they focus on this one area and don't know much about other areas or don't think about them. Here we can see Goji Man seems to be focused partly on nutrition, but a lot on how the food will affect his gut bacteria. And we know that's his focus, and he seems to be so focused on that and not realizing that there is more to health than gut bacteria. For instance, if the food is improperly combined, if you're eating a lot of foods at once, your digestive system is going to create a lot of different digestive juices, and they will end up mixing together, creating a big mess. Now, how is that mess going to affect your gut bacteria? Your body has a sensitivity to something like peanut butter. You know, the consequences, who knows? They don't study this stuff.
These kind of outbursts reflect badly on everyone who calls themselves vegan. Now, Freely will probably justify these outbursts by saying that she is doing it for the animals, and the animals are what matters. But there are more effective methods of helping people than simply calling someone a waste of space.
Now see, here we go again.
You do not need more saturated animal fat and protein in your body.
If raw till 4 was so effective, then you wouldn't get so many people across social media talking about your raw till 4 book and how it caused them to gain weight.
I'm Goji, you all know.
Our approach really grinds upon my gears. So
that's interesting. You really look like you're pissed off, Goji Man. You almost have 3 different tones going there. It's usually just the 2. I am Goji Man, and I'm currently studying for my PhD. A modern day warrior, mean stride. They spit big and mean pride.
The only proof you need prove that the moon landings are fake is that one picture where an astronaut's shadow is at 12 o'clock and a shadow from a rock 5 feet away is going at 9 o'clock. That's impossible to happen in sunlight.
The camera was being used in a studio here on Earth under controlled conditions.
If this was fake, they did a poor job. So that guy says, that's impossible. Yeah, it is impossible. In a natural setting, what we're seeing in the picture is not a natural picture. I now drew a picture of how the picture looks. I'll take the idea that the picture is just really wide. So it's actually surrounding the person who's holding the camera. And so you'd have to curve this picture and curve it around yourself to the point where you would have to turn your head to view that other rock. And then what you notice is that shadow is now pointing, or now appears to be pointing, in the same direction as the person's shadow. That is the same absolute direction if we were actually there in person in 3 dimensions.